Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Taco Tuesday podcast. This is Brandon.
And this is Jake.
And we've got a special guest with us who's very overzealous. But you want to introduce yourself?
I am Brandon's life mate, Trish.
No, I wouldn't go that far. We're going to be together for a little bit, at least. I'll give you that.
And I get a ring that says otherwise.
Your contract is up for renewal, so we need to be fighting for that spot. So we're going to start the episode off with some big news. First of all, with the Andrew W.K. concert. We announced later in the week last week that we're going to be doing a contest to give away some Andrew W.K. tickets to the show at Codfish Hollow Barnstormers on May 11th.
And we did that.
Hell yeah.
We announced it.
We haven't given the tickets away yet, so they're still up for grabs. But we did announce just yesterday what it will take to win those tickets. And what we're asking is that people send in their quote, partiest story, like their best party story.
Or is it most party story or partiest?
I think it's best partiest.
Best partiest? Ooh, right. Shit.
Like double it up.
Hell yeah.
And you got to quit showing us up, Trish.
She's our wordplay expert.
A lot of time being unemployed, having nothing else to do except
there we
think
go.
of amusing shit right now.
Yes. Well, we asked that everybody sends in their partiest story or their partiest poem.
And so far, we're up to 300 submissions. So if you want to get these tickets, I would suggest
getting your shit together.
Very party-y story.
Like a level 11 party story.
Right. Bring it in, goddamn. So, and that's from Andrew W.K., the man himself.
Yeah.
We asked him on Twitter, hey, how should we find a winner? He said, whoever sends in their partiest poem. Now, I can't speak for Jake, but I know myself, I am not the strongest judge for, say, poems. So, okay. I say, if you're not all that creative...
You can do a poem.
You can do a poem, or you can do a party story. I figure that gives the option of, if you don't have a great party story, let's say you're not a big partier, be creative and send in your partiest poem.
Sure.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be anything about drugs or alcohol. Just the most...
No, talk about the time you stole your grandmother's car and went on a joyride to find inner peace. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I figured we were going down the sex route next, but yeah, no, definitely.
Also sex. Tell us.
Why is everything about sex with you, woman?
I can't speak for Brandon, but I like sex stories too. Just as long as they're party sex stories.
Oh, sex within a party. You guys are perverts.
Sure.
I'm going to rein it in. Okay. How about just what party or the word party means to you? That could mean drugs and alcohol. We're not going to cut that out, but it doesn't have to mean it. So whatever that means to you, send it in. We'd love to hear it. You have a couple different avenues to take in order to get that story to us. If you're not very good at or not very comfortable, I guess, with typing out your story or your poem and sending it in via the DMs or the private messages or anything like that, you can call us. You can call us at 563-293-3858 and leave us a short voicemail with your name and how we can get back to you, as well as a short snippet of your story and or your poem. And if we pick you as a winner, we'd love to have you on the podcast to maybe talk about your submission, whether your story or your poem, either way, and just kind of ask you, how you came to a winning submission. But yeah,
you should give out the number like one more time.
Yeah,
people don't have to quote unquote rewind their streaming podcast.
You got it. Our producer has spoken. The number to call into is 563-293-3858. Short, sweet, to the point. We've already had a couple submissions, and so far it's just been fun to listen to those and kind of hash those out again. So it's going to be difficult to choose a winner, but you still have time. I'm thinking we'll probably end the contest or end submissions. Let's see. We'll take the last submission April 27th. That way we can pick a winner and notify the winner a couple weeks before the concert actually happens. That way the winner can work out whatever with their bosses and get that day off or that night off. Again, the date of the show is May 11th. That's a Friday night. So we want to give everybody or whoever wins some opportunity to work that out with their boss, as well as have the time off to drive from wherever they're at to Makokata, Iowa for the show. So, we want to hear your submissions, so send those in. We'd love to hear them. We'd love to judge the shit out of them.
Here's the other thing. Giving me money puts you pretty much at the top. So,
oh god, yes.
Yeah, we cannot. I cannot condone that, but
I cannot be bribed enough.
Well, god damn it.
Hey, I am out of work and totally willing and open to taking bribes. I do have some influence, with...
You're the one that asked her if she wanted to be on the show.
Willing to take bribes. You should get a job with the government.
Shit. I'd be the best government official ever.
There you go. So, call in, send us your Partiest story or your Partiest poem, and we'll judge the shit out of them, and we'll pick a winner, and we'll get you 2 tickets to see Andrew W.K. live May 11th at Codfish Hollow Barnstormers. Again, if you're not very comfortable doing the voicemail thing, you can also find us on Twitter at Taco Tuesday Pod or on Facebook at Taco Tuesday Pod. Or you can find Jake on Facebook.
Yes.
What's your handle on Facebook again? It's not Jake Your Booty 2.
It's not. It's Facebook.com/Mikey McDowell, I believe. So it's MIKEY. Funny story. Well, it's not a funny story. I just look like Mikey from Recess.
Okay.
So everybody in the Navy called me Mikey, and when I made my Facebook, I was still in the Navy. So MIKEY MCDOWELL. If it says Jake White Chocolate in parentheses McDowell, that's me.
keeping the street name alive. I like it.
Keeping it real.
All day.
That actually reminds me. One of the funnier stories I ever heard working customer service. A customer came up to a counter I was working at, and tried to get into somebody else's account. And,
really?
And said, "Hey, I'm here to get into William Smith's account, whatever." And in order to get into that account, you have to give other information, like their address and that kind of thing.
Is this at the bank?
Sure, let's give all my information out. Yeah, I worked at a bank.
Yeah. Well, I feel it makes more sense to be like customer service where.
Absolutely. Okay, so I was working at a bank for all those stalking me. I was working at a bank, and somebody came up and tried to get into somebody else's account, and we have to ask for other information. Like, you're obviously not this person. What's some other information that not everybody else would know?
Right.
So the first question to them was, okay, what's William's street name? They looked at me and went, it's Will. Like,
yeah.
not their street address, but they thought we were. What do you call William on the street? Oh, it's just Will. Thanks, fam. Hook me up with that cash.
Yeah. What's his full street name? Lil Will?
Right, Lil Will. Popping up trying to get that trust fund.
Just.
So anyway, that was a quick little story. Also, some other hot new information. I just found out that we have been added onto Spotify.
What?
Yeah,
Woo-hoo.
and it's pretty hard to get onto Spotify. I don't know if everybody knows that. We may
Is
say,
it really?
Yeah.
I actually listened to us on. I listened to my own podcast on Spotify yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah, I was writing schedules for the Raccoon Motel for April.
Yeah,
and listening to the podcast.
Well, you were right there with me because I listen to every episode we put out just to go. Oh God, I should never say that again or this again.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I rarely I'll listen to parts.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, wait, I bet I said something funny around this point. And I'll listen.
I was probably pretty charming around here. I just found out the other day that not only Taco Tuesday but Therapy is a Joke have both been added to Spotify, which is very difficult to do. There's a lot of loopholes you have to go through in order to make it happen manually. But yeah, we're on there now. We're in the zeitgeist, motherfucker. So I was pretty excited to see that. We're right along other podcasts like the Nerdist podcast, or what is now the ID10T podcast with Chris Hardwick.
Oh, okay.
We're on there with like Joe Rogan podcast and all that. So I was super excited. I saw that. I geeked out. You were the first person I called, Jake.
Really?
I was like, oh my god! And I told you, and you went, dang.
Well, that was yesterday morning, right?
Correct.
So Brandon sends me a text, and he says, "Hey, if you're up, call me." And I had, woken up 5 minutes before, so I'm still, out of it. And as soon as I got the text, I call him, and he doesn't answer, and I'm like, this motherfucker.
Right. I was like, psych, yo mind. Yeah. No, I was in the car and I was excited. I was bebopping the music. And I was like, all right, Jake's going to call back in. And there he is. Fuck. So I hopped on the phone. I called you back. And you're like, what's up, my dude? I go, hey, man, I got some big news. We're on Spotify. And you go, oh, dang, word?
That sounds like something I would say. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Yeah, no, that happened, and I was like, yeah, the world's a pretty good place.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're on Spotify now. We're still doing the Andrew W.K. contest at least through April 27th. So you can still hop on the bandwagon and send us your stories. You do have to either like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter in order to be eligible. Which I completely understand that after the contest and we announce a winner, if somebody's like, oh, they didn't pick me, they're probably going to unlike us or unfollow us. And that's fine.
That's their right to do.
Yeah, that is your right as an American.
I'm just assuming no Canadians are going to call in. And they're not allowed to unfollow us.
Right, you're stuck.
You're too nice.
It's a polite contract.
If they did, they'd probably message you and be like, I'm sorry for this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I had to come to this.
Real sorry about this, man, but I gotta go. Yeah, I can't follow you anymore. I didn't win. All right.
My therapist says I need to be more assertive. So
Right. So have a good day. I sent you guys a care package of some syrups and some salts.
A little moose jerky.
That sounds
great and horrifying all at the same time.
Do you want to hear the dumbest joke I've ever written?
Hell yeah.
I just found out today that the plural of moose, is just more than one moose. Hey, did you guys see that herd of more than one moose?
We're so easily amused.
It's so dumb.
Yay!
It's like
it's so stupid.
dumb.
It's like, yeah, but it's still tickling. Okay, so so we got that stuff out of the way. Yeah, very good. So what's going on with stand up around the area right now? You're more in the know than I am. Do we have any news?
Oh my gosh, we have so much news.
I feel like that's going to be one of those sound effects that's happening a lot on this podcast, and people are going to start looking at their equipment going, what the hell is that sound constantly?
Especially if they're in their car, they're like, is my car falling apart? I just bought this.
No, just this new motherfucker's chortling.
Is that a tire going flat?
No, just my wife.
It would be more of a whoop sound.
No, we only whoop, whoop, whoop if it's big news. Like Arsenio.
Right. So I, back in, end of December,
yeah,